Welcome to Nightly Haven. I'm your host, Nikki, and if you enjoy the dark, the strange, and the mysterious corners of our world, then you are absolutely in the right place. Tonight we're traveling to a place that looks peaceful on the surface. Wide valleys, herds of bison wandering through the steam-covered meadows, rainbow-colored hot springs bubbling quietly under the mountain sky. It's beautiful. But beneath the beauty lies something enormous, something powerful, something that has erupted before with enough force to reshape continents. Because underneath Yellowstone National Park sits one of the most powerful volcanic systems on Earth. A system so large it isn't even visible as a mountain. Instead, it hides beneath the ground itself, which raises a terrifying question people have asked for decades. Is Yellowstone one giant volcano or something even stranger? Tonight we're diving deep into the volcanic truth beneath Yellowstone. How many volcanoes are there really? Whether they're dormant or dead? And the question that fascinates and terrifies millions of people, could Yellowstone erupt again? And if so, when? Fear tingles down your spine and hairs stand on end. Mysteries unknown and tales in the dark. Are you ready? Hello? Most people picture volcanoes the same way. Tall mountains, a smoking crater, lava flowing down the sides. But Yellowstone is nothing like that. Instead, it is what scientists call a supervolcano. The entire park sits on top of a massive volcanic depression called the Yellowstone Caldera. The caldera forms when a volcano erupts so violently that the ground collapses into an empty magma chamber below. Imagine a gigantic underground balloon of magma suddenly emptying. The land above it caves in. What's left is a gigantic basin. The Yellowstone Caldera is roughly 30 miles wide and 40 miles long, which means the volcano isn't a mountain, the volcano is the park itself. And here's where things get interesting. Yellowstone is not just one volcano, it's a massive volcanic system made of many vents, domes, and eruptive centers. Scientists believe the Yellowstone volcanic fields contain dozens of smaller volcanic vents. Over time, these vents produce lava flows that cover huge parts of the park. Some of the most noticeable volcanic domes include Sour Creek Dome, Mallard Lake Dome. These domes are areas where magma slowly pushed the ground upward. So Yellowstone is more like a giant volcanic complex rather than a single volcano. Think of it less like Mount St. Helens and more like a boiling pot with many openings in the lid. Yellowstone has had 3 truly massive eruptions in the last few million years, according to scientists. The first occurred about 2.1 million years ago, the second about 1.3 million years ago, and the most recent super eruption happened about 640,000 years ago. That eruption created the modern Yellowstone Caldera. It blasted out more than 1,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic material. To put that in perspective, the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980 released less than 1 cubic kilometer. Yellowstone's eruption was roughly 1,000 times larger. Ash from that explosion fell across huge portions of North America. Some areas hundreds of miles away were buried under thick volcanic ash. It was one of the largest eruptions in Earth's recent geological history. One of the strangest things about Yellowstone is the sheer number of geysers. In fact, Yellowstone contains over half of all the geysers on Earth. The most famous one being Old Faithful. Geysers exist because of three key ingredients: water, heat, and underground plumbing. Snow and rain seep deep underground. Magma beneath Yellowstone heats that water. Pressure builds in underground chambers. Eventually, the water explodes upward as steam, which is why the park contains thousands of hot springs, mud pots, fumaroles, and geysers. The entire landscape is basically a massive geothermal system powered by magma below. In recent decades, scientists have mapped the magma beneath Yellowstone, and what they found is enormous. Beneath the park are two massive magma reservoirs, one shallow chamber and one much deeper. The deeper reservoir stretches roughly 300 miles long beneath the western United States. This magma system is fueled by what scientists call the Yellowstone hotspot, a plum of superheated rock rising from deep within the Earth's mantle. As the North American tectonic plate slowly moves over this hotspot, it leaves behind a trail of ancient volcanic calderas stretching across Idaho. Yellowstone is simply the current location of the hotspot. Yellowstone is not extinct. It is considered active, but active does not mean erupting soon. Volcanoes can remain active for hundreds of thousands of years between eruptions. Scientists constantly monitor Yellowstone using seismic sensors, satellite measurements, gas emissions, ground deformation monitoring. Right now, the data suggests Yellowstone is stable. Earthquakes happen regularly in the park, but they are usually small. Ground swelling occurs occasionally, but often settles again. These are normal behaviors for an active volcanic system. So, could it erupt again? Yes, but not in the way many internet documentaries claim. Most eruptions at Yellowstone are actually lava flows, not massive explosions. The last volcanic eruption in Yellowstone occurred about 70,000 years ago, and it was relatively small lava flow. Super eruptions are extremely rare. The average spacing between Yellowstone's major eruptions is hundreds of thousands of years, which means scientists do not believe another super eruption is overdue. The idea is mostly a myth. If Yellowstone ever did produce another super eruption, the impact would be enormous. Ash could spread across much of North America. Air travel would stop. Architecture would struggle. Global temperatures could temporarily drop. But again, scientists emphasize this is extremely unlikely anytime soon. Yellowstone is carefully monitored by the United States Geological Survey, and if the volcano ever began waking up, scientists believe there would likely be years or decades of warning signs first. Yellowstone may look peaceful today, but beneath the forests and rivers lies one of the most powerful volcanic systems on Earth. It's not just one volcano, it's an entire volcanic world hidden beneath the surface. A landscape powered by heat rising from deep inside our planet. And while the chances of the catastrophic eruption anytime soon are extremely small, the ground beneath Yellowstone is very much alive. Steam rises, geysers erupt, and far below the surface, and ancient forces that shape this land are still there. Quiet, patient, and endlessly fascinating. Thanks for spending the night here at Nightly Haven. If you enjoy exploring the strange, mysterious, and powerful forces that shape our world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because there are still many secrets waiting in the shadows. And until next time, stay curious and keep wondering about the unknown. Have a good night, guys. Bye!